Hello, this is James with Survivors Truck Talk. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. I really appreciate if you haven't done so already. Please subscribe if you are enjoying this content. In this video, we're going to talk about reasons why I believe Crete Carrier is a very good company to work for. If you haven't checked out the last video, I talked about my orientation process with Crete Carrier, and by far one of the best experiences I have ever had. To jump right in, I wanted to give a few reasons why I believe Crete is a good company to work for. And one of those reasons we can see right away is that they have raised driver pay over 5 times in just the last year. Why are they able to do this? Another good reason is that Crete Carrier is a privately held company. And this means that they have more control of their assets and the decisions that they can make to better things for drivers. And also, a very nice incentive that they give their drivers is an employee stock. And that's something that they put in for you. You absolutely don't have to put any of your investment to it. The only thing you do have to do is invest your time and your dedication and be a safe driver, and you greatly enjoy this benefit of the employee stock. Another reason, and by far one of the primary reasons that I believe that Crete Carrier is doing things that other companies are not doing, is that they have very efficient operations and dispatch. And how do I know this? Because I have experienced it firsthand. And I've been to some companies that really lack and have a long way to go as a company as far as making their operations efficient. And let me give you some examples. They have excellent planning. This means that they're going to do everything that they can to keep you productive. You're not going to be waiting at a shipper for hours and hours and hours. And of course, there are times when you do run into things like this, and we all know this as drivers, that you're sitting for a long time, and there are just many factors behind that. However, I have seen that Crete has very good planning. Their dispatchers are on top of things, and in this case, Crete calls them asset managers. They're there communicating with you, and by the time you are finishing with one load, you already can see in your system that you have a next one ready. So this means that there is less time waiting, and that is, as you and I both know, very important to get the miles that we want, get the pay that we want. We're not just sitting around waiting, and they are doing everything that they can to keep you productive. Another good reason in the operations process is that they have very good communication skills. And what I mean by this is you're not guessing what you're going to do. You know, you call them or they send you messages, you know what's going on. You're not just left out in, the dark of what to do. They are very proactive, in other words. They pre-plan things in such a way that you know already what you're going to have for the next load. And I've been in some companies where this was not the case. I would make a delivery, and you may relate to this, I'm sure. A lot of drivers, us drivers have been there, where you make a delivery and you're just sitting for hours after that, waiting just for a simple message from your dispatcher, just waiting for something to come through. What do I do next? And then by the time you know it, the day has passed by and you've lost miles for that day, and it's not good for your pay. So by far, one of the best reasons I believe that Crete Carrier is a good company to work for is their operations and dispatch. They streamline things. They are proactive. You have less time waiting, and you are already receiving the next load before you are complete with the current load. One of the last things that I want to share why Crete Carrier is a good company to work for is because they respect you. I have not, in my personal experience, encountered a rude person. I have not, in my personal experience with Crete, encountered a person that has been unprofessional. I have not encountered a person who has just not listened to what I'm saying and desiring. I will express where I want to go, and they'll do their best to, route me through that area or through those states. I have expressed that I wanted to be home on this certain time. Well, Crete has followed through and has shown that they can get you home on time. Of course, we know that no company is perfect. You know, there's there's not going to be perfection in some of these, companies, but Crete has thought of many things that drivers are going through out here. They have streamlined things. They have thought of many things already. They have been very proactive, foreseeing what the driver's going to go through, and they have just came through very nicely, and I really, really appreciate that. So I hope this video has briefly helped you for reasons why you should work for Crete. Again, if we are to summarize, they have, increased driver pay, and that is huge. Some companies aren't able to do that. And I did not mention earlier that Crete is a debt-free company, and so they have more power, they have more control over their assets, and they're able to do these things when they see fit, and of course when it's going to help driver retention and keep drivers happy. They are privately owned. They have excellent operations and dispatch. They have good communication skills. They respect you. And there are many other things that I can share. Perhaps I'll make an additional video to add to this. And I hope that this content is being helpful for you. Again, I'm James with Survivor News Truck Talk. My Crete driver ID is FUEJ. If you would like to maybe consider coming to work for Crete and enjoy some of the better things that they're doing that other companies aren't doing, and just, if you apply, I'd appreciate if you would just mention my name, James Fuentes, or my driver ID, FUEJ. And of course, I do get rewarded for referring you. And I'm giving you my experience and honestly laying out what is happening behind the scenes as a Crete driver. If you haven't done so, once again, subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying this content, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks. I do have also a website, survivornears.com, where you can use the contact form if you have more specific questions about my experience with Crete or just in the trucking industry in general. Again, that's survivornears.com. I have a contact form there on the very first landing page of the website, and I hope that you would consider that as well. Thank you.